Hi, my name's Ben. I'm a community gardener here at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Edinburgh. So today we're going to be sowing some seeds outdoors. Right, so I'm going to use my plank here. I can use that to step on because I don't want to press the soil down. And I've got a trowel. Plank also gives me a nice straight line. It's when you're sowing seeds, it's a really good idea to sow in straight lines, because then when the seeds start to come up, you know which ones are your plants that you're growing and which ones are the weeds, because that's often a difficult thing, is identifying whether you've got weeds or vegetables coming up. So if you sow things in straight lines, weeds never grow in straight lines, so that's why we sow things in straight lines. So I use a plank to get a nice straight line, and then I use my trowel to make a shallow trench, which we call a drill, in a nice straight line. Going to get some seeds that I've got in here. I always keep my seeds in a nice plastic box, keeps them dry, you don't want those getting wet. And I'm just going to pour a small amount of seed into my hand and then put the seed back into the box. I have spilt the packet of seed before and then lost all my seeds, so it's better to just put a little bit into your hand. There's a temptation, you look at these little seeds, they're tiny, you can't imagine them growing into a big plant. So there's a temptation to put loads of seeds in there, but if you put loads of seeds in, you've got loads of little plants growing next to each other and they're never going to be able to grow to their full size. So we sow them thinly, and then later on we will also, once the seeds have come up, we will thin the seeds out to give them space. We put a few extra in to start off with in case we lose a few along the way. But I'm going to put the spare seed back into the packet now. It's a good idea to put a label in to mark what you've put in there, so you know what you've got. And then we're just going to cover over the drill. I use a fork for doing this, and gently sort of almost pasting the soil into the drill. I want to make sure that the seed stays at the bottom of the drill and it doesn't get moved around when you're covering it up. And then we can just go on and make another drill. I actually use the plank for standing on as well, because it stops me from getting footprints in the soil and compressing it. Okay, right, I'm going to give them a good watering in now. It's always a good idea to water your seeds once you've sown them. It helps to settle them and to get them wet, start growing. I'm going to start off to the side of the plot because it always comes out fast to start off with, and get the watering can running. Now give them a good soaking.